Hey everybody, this is your daily dose of all things royal. Welcome back, my gorgeous good-looking friends. And just like that clockwork, we have more photos popping up of Meghan and Harry to refute the rumors that these two are headed for divorce. If I were looking at this photo that was leaked yesterday at the Beyoncé concert, Harry's expression alone shows that things are not going well. And again, this is staged. As you can see in this photo, we have Dorito, we have Abigail Spencer, and we also have the one last really remaining friend from Meghan's childhood days, Genevieve. Genevieve Hillis is one of Meghan's university friends from Northwestern. They were sorority sisters, and as you can see here, she's still in the picture, and allegedly it's rumored that she is Archie's godmother. Anyhow, we're treated to another PR stunt, and this time, Meghan Markle is photographed at the Beyoncé concert, this time with actual photos, as opposed to last time when they said she was at the Taylor Swift concert. Apparently, this was to celebrate Doria's 67th birthday coming up, but we all know that this was used to be another photo op in which these photos do not show a very happy prince. So instead of Meghan calling BACKFIRES, she has actually gotten one of her sugars to go ahead and take these photos to make it look like they were just spotted by a random concert goer. So the person who took these photos is a diehard sugar and most likely paid by Meghan's team and was given free Beyoncé tickets. So you can make up your own mind here what exactly is going on. Anyhow, by the looks of these photos, it looks like Harry was suckered into going to this concert to celebrate Doria's birthday, but Megsy on the down low had one of her sugars take these photos so she can make it look like she didn't call BACKFIRES and this was a PR stunt. Harry, unsuspecting, shows up and he looks disinterested, while Megsy is photographed showing that she's living her best life. The more she does this, the more evident it becomes that things are falling apart. And what we have been seeing is that Meghan's team is positioning this to make it look like this is Harry's fault, that this is falling apart. We are starting to see stories come out like this one in which it makes Harry look like the weak one who is the one that is responsible for the bad business deals, the public hating them, and it is Meghan who is distancing herself from Prince Harry to make it on her own in this Hollywood comeback. This article this week in Touch Weekly is no doubt something that Meghan's team had set up and put out. And this is what shaping the narrative looks like for Meghan. And here's what the article says. For 7 years, it was Prince Harry and Meghan Markle against the world. They used to be inseparable. But this summer, things started to change, says a source. While he was in London in June for his court case, she was reportedly attending parties back home in Montecito without him. By mid-August, he was gone again, this time for a charity polo match in Singapore, with a quick stop in Japan, while she caught the Taylor Swift concert in LA and celebrated a belated 42nd birthday over a meal with friends. They seem to be spending more and more time apart. It's not a good sign. Another troubling sign, she hasn't been seen wearing the custom triple diamond engagement ring that Harry designed himself, sparking a rampant speculation that after struggling with increasingly negative public opinion and failing business ventures, the Sussexes are headed for a split. Meghan has claimed the ring is being repaired, but she's been spotted on multiple occasions without it since May, and she has to know that not wearing it would cause divorce rumors to explode, says the source. Some people think she did it on purpose to send a subtle message to Harry that she's not happy in the marriage. It's no secret that they've been having some growing pains. It's definitely been a rough year. Despite the massive success of his memoir, Spare, in January, the tide soon started to turn. In May, the pair were accused of exaggerating a run-in with the paparazzi in New York City, and the next month they were labeled grifters by a Spotify exec after their multi-million-dollar deal with the streamer went belly up. Experts complained they also had little to show for their $100 million Netflix collaboration. Harry and Meghan have lost a lot of momentum and the goodwill they had in Hollywood, and their production company has even been called a flop, notes the source. And though they continue to put up a united front publicly, behind closed doors, the tension between them is insane. Meghan blames Harry for the mess they're in, and they're constantly fighting about money and failed projects. To that end, they needed some time apart. Harry's time in Asia started a bit of a cooling off period for the couple, says the source, noting that he's also planning another longer trip to Africa later this year to shoot a Netflix docuseries without Meghan. There's no doubt they've been living separate lives. That's bad news for Harry, who left his entire life behind in the UK for his soulmate. All he really has is Meghan. It would be devastating to lose her, too, says the source, adding that the prince is desperate to repair the damage. He's been begging her for a second chance to prove to her that this whole thing can work. She's taking matters into her own hands and focusing on her Hollywood comeback. But that means pulling away from Harry even more. She's getting advice that it's better to distance herself from him for the sake of revitalizing her career, says the source. The former actress not only signed with Hollywood super agent Ari Emanuel, but is also basking in renewed praise for her long-running role in the drama series Suits, which shattered records when it debuted on Netflix recently. She's completely rebranding herself and looking to become a global celebrity influencer, adds the source, while Harry is still putting his effort into the same charities he championed as a working member of the royal family. It's telling that their team is focusing more on Meghan's solo projects than on her endeavors as a duo. What happened to all this talk of unity and being a team? One bright spot. Harry isn't completely on his own. He's been leaning on a surprising ally. Charles has reached out to offer his support, says the source, adding that the king, 74, never stopped loving and wanting the best for Harry despite their differences. Charles is also in a unique position to offer advice. No one knows how much pressure public scrutiny can put on a marriage better than Charles. It ruined his and Diana's relationship and threatened what he has with Camilla as well. So he truly feels for what his son is going through. Their renewed communication might signal a true thawing in the relationship. If only the same could be said for Harry's marriage. Moving to California was supposed to be a fresh start, not the beginning of the end, says the source. Harry and Meghan still love each other very much, but they have a lot of regrets about how they've handled things since moving to California, and very different ideas about how to move forward. Friends of theirs are really worried about whether the two can survive these major bumps in the road. So there you go, folks. Meghan is positioning to put the blame all on Prince Harry for everything falling apart. And you know once again that this is coming from her team because there's no mention of focusing on raising these two alleged children. And in typical narcissistic fashion, Meghan is showing that she can move on and distance herself and focus on her comeback career. How sad is it that now the focus is positioning Meghan as a global celebrity influencer? She went from one of the highest positions in the world by joining the royal family, and now she is just shy of getting a gig at Home Shopping Network and QVC and doing pop walks in the parking lots. Oh, how the mighty have fallen. No longer are we hearing Meghan talk about supporting and uplifting women's voices as well as championing all the other bandwagons that they have jumped on. No longer are we seeing Meghan getting any kind of opportunities. She's now been focusing her career on coming back as a global influencer. To me, this is just so cringe. And, it is quite sad that she has to do this. The more that they keep putting out these stupid stories and staging these PR stunts, the more desperate and pathetic it's making these two look. And I am wondering, does Harry even realize that his wife is doing this? Because obviously these two are operating separately. And if he doesn't recognize that she is setting him up, then he's even that much more of a fool. I mean, we all know that he's a stupid idiot in the first place to have gotten involved with this nobody. But continuing on this charade and facade is just dumb, especially when you're not even paying attention to these alleged invisible children. Just rip the Band-Aid off and let's get this on with, because the public is not being fooled by this stupidity. Anyhow, all we can do is just make some popcorn, sit back, and laugh at these two idiots. Let me know your thoughts below, and as always, I will be back with more content, but until then, please be safe, and I will talk to you later. Bye!
It was such a fraud.